Hello and welcome. In this video, I'm going to teach you 15 powerful words that will make your English smarter, sharper, and more effective. These words are going to help you communicate more clearly, especially in professional settings. For each word, I'll give you the word class, a definition, an example sentence, and at the end of the video, there will be a quick challenge to help you practice using these words. This is the first video in a series called Speak Smarter, where we focus on building your vocabulary and communication skills with words, phrases, and strategies that you can use right away in both everyday and professional conversations. So let's get into it. The words we're looking at today are in the upper intermediate and advanced range. We're going to warm up by looking at some easier words, and we're going to move on to more challenging words later in the video. Make sure you repeat the words out loud to practice pronunciation, and try reading the sentences out loud to practice intonation and stress. So the first word we have here is essential. Essential. Check the pronunciation there. Essential. Not essential, but essential. This is an adjective, and it means important, but more importantly, it means absolutely necessary. If something is essential, it is absolutely necessary. So, an example sentence we've got here in a more professional setting would be, clear communication is essential for keeping team members on the same page. Okay? Clear communication is essential for keeping team members on the same page. So, on the same page is a nice idiom used very commonly in business or office situations. And basically it means everyone has the same understanding of a situation. Next, we have significant. Significant. So not significant, but significant. Okay? And this is also an adjective. Again, it means important, but it means meaningful. Okay? So the difference between significant and important is that if something is significant, it has a measurable impact, okay? There's a measurable difference or consequence on something, okay? So for example, improving customer satisfaction led to a significant increase in sales, okay? So there's a measurable impact, okay? Customer satisfaction measurably changed the sales that we were getting. Next, we have the word concise. Concise. Again, check the pronunciation there. Con. Not con, but con. Concise. This is an adjective, and it means giving only necessary information and using few words. Okay? It's really important to be concise in writing emails or giving presentations where maybe there's limited space or time to get information across, okay? An example we have here is the email was concise and addressed all the important points. The email was concise and addressed all the important points. The word address in this sentence is a verb. You might not be familiar with address as a verb, so go and check that out. It's a very useful one, especially in professional situations like this. Next, we have precise. Precise, again, not precise, but precise. This is an adjective, and it means exact and accurate in every detail. Okay, exact and accurate in every detail. It's very important to be precise in technical or professional situations. And the example sentence I have for you here is, precise budgeting is crucial to the project's success. Okay? Precise budgeting is crucial to the project's success. Next, we have the word articulate. This is an adjective, okay? Articulate. There is a verb with the same spelling, and the pronunciation is articulate. Articulate. But here we're looking at the adjective, so the pronunciation is articulate. And this is being able to express ideas clearly and effectively. Again, very, very important in a professional setting. The example sentence we have here is, she is very articulate and always explains her thoughts clearly in meetings. She is very articulate and always explains her thoughts clearly in meetings. Next, we have the word clarify. This is a verb and it means to make something more easy to understand. Okay, so maybe there's some misunderstanding and you want to clarify some details to help somebody understand something. This is really, really useful in a professional situation. It really makes you sound professional if you're clarifying or asking somebody else to clarify something. The manager clarified the company's new policy during the meeting. The manager clarified the company's new policy during the meeting. You could also ask somebody to clarify something. So you could say, could you clarify what you meant by blah, blah, blah? Okay, if you're not sure what somebody means, you can ask them to clarify for you. If you're serious about improving your English, hit the like button, subscribe, and tap the notification bell so you know when a new lesson is ready for you. Okay, we're going to increase the difficulty level a little bit now. The next word we have is persuasive. Persuasive, okay? And this is an adjective, and persuasive is being able to get somebody to do or believe something. So you're changing somebody's behavior or you're changing their mind in some way. It's really important to be persuasive if you work in sales, marketing, maybe you are debating with somebody or negotiating, okay? So in those situations, being persuasive is very, very important. And an example sentence I have for you here is, the advertising for this product is very persuasive. Okay, the advertising for this product is very persuasive. The next word I have for you is convey. Convey. Again, check the pronunciation. Convey. And this is a verb, and it means to communicate information, feelings, or ideas. Okay, so you could convey something through words, it could be an image, or even your body language can convey information. Okay, and the example sentence I have for you here is, the report conveys the company's vision and strategy for the next year. The report conveys the company's vision and strategy for the next year. Next, we have the word credible. Now, credible means believable. So imagine someone or something that you can trust. Okay, so trust is closely connected with the word credible. In an academic setting, you need to be credible by showing your sources. Where did you get your information from? So the example sentence I have for you here is, the findings are based on credible research and reliable methods. Okay, the findings are based on credible research and reliable methods. Next, we have the word interpret. Interpret. Okay, this is a verb. The pronunciation at the end, please be very careful. Interpret, interpret. So this means to explain or understand the meaning of something. So when you interpret data, you need to think about not just what the numbers are, but what they mean. Okay, so what is the meaning behind the data, for example? How do you interpret this data? So an example sentence we have here is, it's difficult to interpret this data. It's difficult to interpret this data. If you're still with me, it means you're ready for some higher level words. The next word we have is insight. Insight. This is a noun and it's a clear understanding of something, especially a complex situation or problem. Okay, an insight. And insights are very, very important when you're sharing your opinion. You know, do you really understand this situation or this problem well? Do you have a good insight into this situation or problem? The example sentence I have for you is, the report contains valuable insights into the challenges facing the industry. The report contains valuable insights into the challenges facing the industry. The next word we have is elaborate. Elaborate. So there are 4 syllables in there. Elaborate. Okay. There is an adjective which is pronounced elaborate. Elaborate with 3 syllables. But here we're looking at the verb. And this means to explain or describe something in a more detailed way. Okay. So give more details to explain a problem or a situation. Okay. So the example sentence we have here is, could you elaborate on your plan for the next project? Could you elaborate on your plan for the next project? This is a really useful word if you are watching a presentation or you're participating in a discussion and you want somebody to give you more details or more information about what they are talking about. Next, we have the word imply. Imply. It's a short word, but the sound at the end is long. Imply. And this is a verb. And this means to suggest something without saying it directly. Okay? To suggest something without saying it directly. This is commonly used in indirect communication. Okay? So for example, somebody might say, that's an interesting idea. That's an interesting idea. And that might imply that they don't agree, but they're being polite. Okay? And that's an interesting idea. Implies that maybe they don't completely agree with what you've said. So the example sentence I have for you here is, the press release implied that the product will be delayed for some time. The press release implied that the product will be delayed for some time. The next word we have here is exemplify. Exemplify. The sound at the start is more of a ig sound than an ex. It's not exemplify, it's exemplify. And this is a verb, and it means to be a perfect example of something. And this is very commonly used in professional or maybe even academic situations. So an example sentence for you is, her leadership exemplifies exactly what we look for in our managers. Her leadership exemplifies exactly what we look for in our managers. The last word in our list is nuance. Nuance. Now, this is more typically the British pronunciation, nuance. In America, you might hear nuance, okay? So nuance, can you imagine the N-E-W, nuance, whereas in America, you might hear nuance, so N-O-O, nuance. So same word, slightly different pronunciation. This is a noun, and it means a small difference in the meaning or feeling or the tone. So when we're talking about nuance, we're talking about a very, very small difference. And usually that difference can be quite hard to see or understand. So think about the difference between a polite smile and a warm smile, okay? Both are smiles, but the nuance is different, okay? There's a different feeling when you get a warm smile versus a polite smile. So both are smiles, but you understand the nuance between them. So the example sentence I have for you here is, the regional manager has to understand the nuances of international business. The regional manager has to understand the nuances of international business. So there you have it, 15 powerful words to help you communicate more clearly in professional situations. Your challenge is to choose 3 words from this list and write a paragraph using all 3. I want you to write it in the comments below, and I will provide feedback on as many as I can. In the next part of this series, we're going to be looking at impressive vocabulary that you can use in job interviews. So make sure you subscribe so you don't miss that one. In the meantime, you can check out this playlist, and I will see you there. Thanks a lot.